Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I love all things handbag related, with a little bit of emphasis on the brands Vera, Bradley, and Lug. I also occasionally, rarely, do some content related to concealed carry and how that works with all of these beautiful bags that I love. So if any of that sounds good to you, then stick around and let's hang out. So I recently did my top 10 most used bags of 2022, and I figured it was only fair if I did my top 10 most used accessories of 2022 as well. Again, I'm not going to put these in any particular order, and they are not color or pattern specific. I'm just showing you the style of the item that I found myself reaching for over and over and over again last year. So I have a mixture of brands: Vera, Bradley, Lug, Kipling, random stuff. And then I have 3 bonus items at the end, again, just like the handbag video. So I'm not going to ramble, I'm just going to get into it. Okay, the first little accessory piece that I found myself using over and over and over last year is the pouch from the factory style hair accessory kit. So I've shown these many times on my channel. They come with the little headband, the hair tie, and what is it? It's 3 things, isn't it? Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's the headband, the hair tie, and the pouch. Y'all, I've been so busy lately. My mind is like elsewhere. But anyway, so this is the little pouch from that set. And this, for me personally, is just the perfect size. That's just the tag that went to this one. I've gotten in the habit of when I use an item now, I just throw the tag inside of it. That way I know the name of it in case I forget, because my memory is crap. But it's just an open little pouch. There's absolutely nothing special about it other than the size. It is a smaller pouch. It is smaller than the Vera Bradley retail side's mini Cosmetic. It's smaller than that. And I would say it has around the same capacity as like a mini Dome Cosmetic, but this one might hold just a little bit more. So it's not enormous. It doesn't take up a ton of space in my handbag, but it's got a decent little amount of depth to it. So it'll still hold quite a bit, way more than what you would actually think. And this one is in, I can't remember the name of this pattern. What is this? Oh, I've got the tag. I told you guys, my mind is elsewhere. So this is the hair accessory kit pouch in Sunny Medallion. So that's the first piece. Okay, the next piece is another one from Vera Bradley. And ever since I was fortunate enough to have this gifted to me, it has been in every single handbag that I have carried since the day I received it. And I am talking about my Vera Bradley tissue case in Pirouette pink. I've shown this many, many times, over and over and over. I absolutely love this. I think it's beautiful. And I am still to this day so honored that my friend Karen gifted this to me. So it's a really simple piece, but it's extremely functional. So you have this little magnetic flap on the front. You open it up and you have your little spot for your tissues. And as if that wouldn't be awesome enough in and of itself, you also have a little key ring on the end. So if you wanted to attach this to your keys or the outside of a bag, you could absolutely do that. But then across the top, you have a zip pocket. And for me personally, that is just where I keep my feminine products. So this has been in every single handbag that I have carried since I received this. I don't care how big or how small the bag is, I make sure that this will go in there. So my next little accessory piece is the Vera Bradley tissue case in Pirouette pink. My next most used accessory of 2022 is an oldie but a goodie. I've talked about it many, many times on this channel, and it is none other than the Vera Bradley Gen Zip ID. This is still, to this day, one of my all-time favorite wallets that Vera Bradley has ever made. I still very much hold a grudge against them for retiring it. It is such a simple piece, but it is so incredibly functional. So this is the Gen Zip in Regal Rosette. And I think the purples in this pattern are just beautiful. So the Gen Zip is essentially a zip ID with a snap pouch sewn on the other side. So you have your keyring right here, just like a regular zip ID. Then you have the zip pocket of the zip ID. So you have the little divider there to put your ID in the clear window. And then just the open section. And then if you look at it like this, you can see it's essentially two little pouches sewn together. And the other side is just a snap pocket. These work perfectly for me as a wallet. I will put my most used cards and my cash on the snap side. The back side, sometimes I'll put my ID in there. Sometimes I put a picture in there. Sometimes I just throw random stuff in there. I actually got in the habit of putting my change, like my coins, in this little clear section. That way, if I was paying with cash and I wanted to pull some coins out, I could actually see what I was reaching for, and that works really well. So I'll put my coins and then the cards that I don't reach for quite as often in the little zip section, and it works perfectly. If I have to run in somewhere if I have to run in somewhere really quickly, I'll clip my keys on here and I'll just hold my phone and I have everything that I need. So my next most used accessory is the Gen Zip ID. Up next is a piece that I believe, I can't remember if I found this last year or in 2021, but I raved about it to y'all multiple times. And I know that several of y'all have purchased your own and mentioned to me that you really liked them as well. You were really glad that you bought one for yourself. I have no idea what the brand name of this is. I just know that I purchased it off of Amazon, and it is this little card case. So this is similar to the Gen Zip ID. This is in leather, or it's marketed as being in leather, I should say. So on this side, you have that snap pocket, but this one, this one expands out fairly wide, so it's got great accessibility. And then on the back side, you have these card slots. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 card slots. And you can absolutely double up your cards in there. They don't fall out. I have never had an issue with my cards coming out of there. They're very secure. And then you have another little slip pocket here. And then along the top, you get a zip pocket. And the great thing about this is that a lot of these card cases like this will have a zip pocket across the top, but it's just a zip pocket, like the Gen Zip. So it's just a straight across zip pocket. You know, it can get a little tight. This one is designed so that when you unzip it, it actually expands on the end. So again, you get that awesome visibility. And there's also, if you can see it right there, there's a little D-ring right there. So you could clip a lanyard to it or what have you and just let it hang out this end. But again, I'll just clip my keys on this the same way I do the Gen Zip, because this little ring is large enough to clip something onto. So I'll just clip my keys onto it and I have everything I need. So this is a fantastic piece. I've purchased it in 3 or 4 of the colors that they have available. And I'm sure before it's over, I'll have the rest of them too, because I have used this so much. I know that I showed it to y'all over and over and over, so you're probably sick of seeing it. But that was my next most used accessory of 2022. Next is kind of another oldie but a goodie, and it is the coin purse. So this one in particular is the factory outlet current style of the coin purse in Kauai Floral. No, it's not. Is that what this one's called? Yeah, Kauai Floral. That didn't sound right for some reason. And I use this. I used to use the coin purses as like a mini wallet or a little mini catch-all. And occasionally I'll still do that. But I actually use them now for their intended purpose, which is to hold coins. Anytime that I have an overflow of coins in my regular wallet, whatever I'm using for my wallet at the time, I just keep this with me. I don't even keep it in my handbag the majority of the time. I just keep it in my vehicle. That way when I get outside, I can just throw the coins in my wallet for the time being. And then when I get in my car, I'll just dump them in here. And then eventually we'll cash them in or what have you. But, especially for wallets like the Petite, what's it called? The RFID Petite Zip Around wallet. They have a version at the factory outlet and one at the retail version. And they're the exact same kind of item. The only difference being the retail version has an extra section in it. But they put the coin section for those inside the main zipper pocket. So if you try to put a whole lot of coins in that little zip pocket, it'll bulk that wallet out so much that you can't get it zipped or it just looks ridiculous. So anytime that I use one of those wallets, if I pay with cash and have coins, I'll put them in that little zip section just long enough to get to the car, and then I empty it into this. So I constantly have one of these little coin purses in use in my vehicle. So my next most used accessory of 2022 is the coin purse. Okay, next we have another Vera Bradley piece that I became wholeheartedly obsessed with last year, and that is the mini trapeze Cosmetic. I absolutely love this. I used to be a hardcore fan of just the regular mini Cosmetic, and I still am, don't get me wrong. I still have a quite substantial collection of those, but I have found myself over the past year, after they came out with this style, reaching for this one more than the mini Cosmetic. And I've really tried to think about it and figure out why I've been preferring this one. And it comes down to a few things. Ultimately, I think they hold about the same amount of stuff. The mini Cosmetic may hold just a little bit more than this one, but I could be totally wrong. Either way, I think they hold roughly the same amount. So they fulfill the same need. This one doesn't have an outside zip pocket, which would be nice to do a little bit of separation, but it's not a necessity for me. So the reason that I've been reaching for this one so much is because of two factors mainly. One, this little loop on the end. I find this so convenient because anytime my bag is configured the right way, I will put this inside my bag and I stand it up. I don't lay it down because it just kind of eats up more vertical space in my bag. So, or horizontal space, not vertical. I know the difference. So I'll stand it up vertically, that way the little loop is just kind of sticking up, and anytime I need something in here, I can just grab that little loop and jerk it out. And the other reason that I have found myself reaching for this one so much, and this one is in Prairie, Paisley, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but the other reason I find myself reaching for this one, not this pattern in particular, but this item so much, is because it has straight lines. And when I put items in my handbag, right, I am a stacker. So my items go in my handbag like this. So whatever it is I'm carrying, they kind of all get stood up vertically, and they're just lined up nice and neat. And, you know, if you look down in my bag, you might see the top of it, and it looks kind of like this. So, with the straight lines of the mini trapeze cosmetic, it just fits in there more neatly than the regular mini cosmetic, if that makes sense. Because the mini cosmetic has the dome to it, and then it has the front pocket. So it takes up a little bit more space. And then if I stand it up like this, it kind of pooches out a little bit more this way. And I can't get the items lined up as nicely or as closely in my handbag. And so I think just the straight lines and kind of the simplistic design of this item has really won me over, because it's so convenient in my handbags, and it'll hold a ton. It does have I cannot speak today. It does have the little slip pocket inside, but I really don't use that slip pocket. I just use it as one open pocket, and I just chuck everything in it, and I'm good to go. So the next most used accessory on my list is the mini trapeze cosmetic. Love this little item. Next is a piece from Lug, and I'm sure that y'all will have no problem discerning what item I'm talking about, and it is the Metro XL. This one is in the sunset orange. I have went on and on and on and on about this item when they released it. I think when they put it out in all of the other patterns and colors and things that they released, I picked up 7 of them. I got all of the ones that I liked, because I was, in my head, I was like, when it comes to Lug, you literally never know what's going to be released or when. You have no heads up. You don't know what patterns it's going to be available in. You don't know how long it's going to last, or if they'll ever bring it back. It could be a one-time only, and then it disappears, and if you try to find it on a third-party site, you're going to pay out the ass for it, because people know. And you just can't plan with Lug, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can't plan, because you don't know when things are coming. You don't know if they'll be re-released in new patterns. Hell, you don't even know what patterns they're going to be released in when they debut, for that matter. So it's an iffy situation. But regardless, I love the Metro XL. This is just an oversized zip ID. You have your lobster clip right there, so you can clip it to keys, handbags, however you want to do it. You have your clear ID window right here with the little divider slip pocket there. I've shown this many times. And then it's just one large open pocket. So if you are someone like me that doesn't require card slots for your cards or for your wallet, this is a fantastic little compact wallet. It's not too small, but it's not so large that it takes up a ton of room. And this also makes a really, really nice little catch-all in your bag. If you have little odds and ends that you just need to wrangle up so they're not floating all around the bottom of your bag, this little item is absolutely perfect for that. So there are so many different ways that I have used mine since I've purchased them. They are just awesome. Absolutely, hands down, one of my all-time favorite Lug items, if not my favorite Lug item, potentially. And I love the Little Mermaid quilting. I think it's cute and whimsical without being too childish. So, yeah, absolutely love the Lug Metro XLs. Up next is another Vera Bradley item that I just recently talked about, and it is the Clip and Zip Mini Pouch. Clip and Zip Mini Pouch. I know the tag's in here. Let me look. I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing. Okay, yeah. It's called the Clip and Zip Mini Pouch, and this one is in Rosy Outlook. So this is my current wallet right now. And this is just another one of those awesome little compact wallets that I have found works perfectly for me. This one has the wristlet already attached, So when I go to use it, I'll just throw it over my wrist, clip my keys on there, hold my phone if I'm just running in somewhere really quickly. I have everything I need. I'm not bogged down. And it fits everything. Like, I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to show anything too bad in here. But it literally, you can see all the crap I have in mine, and there's still tons more space where I could fit more in there. You have 2 card slip pockets that you can easily fit multiple cards in. So there's one right here, and then the second one starts up here. I just kind of divide my items out how I see fit, throw them in there, and then it's just a perfect little compact wallet. And I absolutely love it. Fun fact. Let me grab something really quickly. Okay, so the first time that they ever released this item, it came out in Prairie, Paisley. But they called this one on... Let me make sure I'm telling y'all this right, because I noticed it the other day, but I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yes, okay. Yeah, okay. So the first one of these I ever purchased was in the Prairie, Paisley. It came out first, same little wristlet strap, same setup. I haven't used this one yet, but no, the setup on the inside of this is a little bit different. Interesting. Okay, on the tag, this one shows the exact same thing. Clip and zip mini pouch. Clip and zip mini pouch in Prairie, Paisley. Okay, now on the little bag that it comes in, if I can get this to show up for y'all, it actually says mini pouch keychain in Prairie, Paisley. I hope that'll show up. I'm not sure. If it doesn't show up very well, I can maybe add a picture, but I think y'all can read that, right? So it says mini pouch keychain on the bag. And then on this tag, it says clip and zip mini pouch. And it has the exact same wristlet strap. It does have 2 card slots in it, but on this one, the card slots are on opposite sides. So you have one on this side, and then one on this side, as opposed to the 2 card slots being stacked. So that's a better visual for y'all. So the one there, and then the other one is here on the opposite side. And other than that, it is the open section, like the clip and zip mini pouch that they have now. But I didn't notice this until the other day, because I had pulled this one out and I was gonna use it. This one is quite a bit smaller than the current clip and zip mini pouch. So if I line them up, look at that. Look at the difference in size there. So I've got them end to end, lined up exactly straight. And you can tell, like, there's a solid inch and a quarter maybe, where the current version is larger. So I just thought that was a little interesting tidbit that I noticed that I would share with y'all. So does anybody else have the original one that they released in the Prairie, Paisley, and then any of the newer ones? Let me know. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. But regardless, my next most used accessory piece of 2022 is my clip and zip mini pouches. Okay, 2 more to go in my top 10 list. And then I still have a few bonus items. So next up on my list is a Kipling item. And I don't have a whole lot of these, but I have a few. And they're one of my favorite pieces ever. And it's the Kipling Creativity Pouch in the small size. So I have a few of the mini pouches. I have a few of the small, and then I have one of the large. I don't use the large all that often because this material is so pliable that unless you have the large one filled completely up, it just kind of smashes a little bit. I don't know. It's just not my favorite for this material. I like the mini one. I like it quite a bit. But I find the small to be my favorite size. I can use this as a wallet. I can use it as a catch-all. I can use it for so many things because it's such a good size. So if I compare it to the size of, say, the Metro XL, you can see that the Metro XL is just a little bit longer. Let me get up close for you. So the Metro XL is just a little bit longer, but the small Creativity is just a little bit taller. And then if we compare it with, say, the clip and zip, these are very, very similar in size. So I guess it's kind of a universal size that I really like. But it's very similar in size to the clip and zip from Vera Bradley. So if that's a size you like, then that's a good reference for this one. But the reason I like this so much is because, again, you get the little D-ring here to hang a key off of. It comes with the little monkey there, of course. You have the chunky plastic zippers that Kipling kind of uses for everything. But the best part about this particular little piece, right, is all of the organization inside. So you get a big open pocket here, a big open pocket here, and then you have a little zip pocket in the middle. So we unzip that, you have a little zip pocket there. But the coolest part of this is that next to these two open pockets, you have little hidden tiny slip pockets on either side of your zipper pocket. So you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pockets to put your things in and organize with. So I know I'm not doing the best job of kind of showing you all this because this material is kind of floppy. But if I use this as my wallet, I can put, you know, most used cards and cash on one side. Cards I rarely use on the other side. I can hide a little bit of mad money in one of these little tiny pockets. I can put my coins in the zip section, and then the other little tiny pocket I can stick some breath mints in or something. And if I use it as a catch-all, then I can really organize all my little items. I can put my little band-aids in these tiny pockets. I can put any cosmetics I might carry on one side, and then just, you know what I'm saying. It's just such an awesome little piece, and it can really expand. It can be super thin if that's how you need it to be, if that's how you want it to be, if the contents inside aren't that bulky. It can stay super thin and take up minimal space in your bag. Or if you have a lot that you need to put into it, this little sucker can really expand and carry a lot. You would be shocked with what you can fit into these. So my next most used accessory piece of 2022 is my Kipling Creativity pouch in the small size. And then the last item on my top 10 most used accessories of 2022 is a little teeny tiny thing that I picked up last year. But just like my tissue case, since the day that I have received this, it has went in every single bag that I carry. It is something that I absolutely will not leave home without. And it is this little teeny tiny Vera Bradley Keepsake thing. It's a Keepsake something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a little hard-sided case thing. This one is in Petal Paisley, and it is covered in the cotton fabric. And what I use mine for is my medicine. So I have really bad acid reflux, and I have to take a medication for that. And then I get migraines. And depending on the migraine that I get, sometimes Tylenol helps better, sometimes ibuprofen helps better. So I keep all of those in here. I keep my Tylenol, my ibuprofen, and my acid reflux medication. That way, no matter where I'm at, what happens, if I get heartburn, if I get a migraine, I always have my medication with me. And this little hard-sided thing protects it It doesn't let anything get smashed or crumbled. It's extremely small, so it takes up next to no space in my handbag, but it keeps everything together in a really protected way. I absolutely love it. So if you don't have one of these and you're maybe in the position that I am, where you need to have Tylenol, ibuprofen, or another just daily medication with you every day, and you don't want to take the big bottle, but you want to have something to put it in to keep it protected, I highly recommend this. I'll most likely go back and purchase a few more of these so that I have backups or other patterns to switch into. So that is the Vera Bradley Little Keepsake. Now for my 3 bonus items. First up are my Vera Bradley little Airpods cases. So this is the factory version in Sunny Medallion, and it just zips across the top. And I use this one to hold my key and my key fob for one of my vehicles, because the little piece broke off of my key to let me attach it to the keychain. And to make sure that I didn't lose it, I just put the little key fob and then the key itself down in here. It fits perfectly, and then I can put this on my keychain and I have my keys. And then the retail version, I didn't think that it would hold my headphones, or my wireless earbuds rather, because I don't use Apple, so I don't have Airpods. So my earbuds are a little bit longer, and where this was designed to hold Airpods, I didn't think that mine would fit, but they do. So I can put my earbuds in here and stick it on my bag, and I'm good to go. So the reason that these are in the bonus category and not the main, like, top 10 is because the keys to this vehicle always stay in here, but I rarely use this vehicle anymore, so this is typically just in my dresser for whenever I need to pull it out. So it is constantly in use, but I'm not actively using it all the time, if that makes sense. And then this one, I don't always take my AirPods or my earbuds with me. When I do, I absolutely pull this out and take it. It is my favorite way to carry them now. But it's only maybe once every 10 times I go out that I actually take my earbuds with me. So I use this fairly often, but not near as much as the other items I showed you. So that is my first bonus item, the Vera Bradley Airpods cases from the factory side and the retail side. Okay, now my bonus item number 2 might be a little bit of a cheat, depending on how you want to look at it, but this is my video, so I'm going to do it the way I want to. And the item or items that I'm talking about come from Vera Bradley and Lug and Bic and lots of other brands, because they are not my canoe, they are my ink pens. So I'm going to show one of my dirty secrets to y'all right here. I absolutely love my daggone ink pens. So all of these with the gold top are the Lug ink pens, and then the majority of everything else is my Vera Bradley pens. But if I'm being totally honest, this is only about half of what I own. The other half are, if you can see the top of it peeking up right here, I have a Vera tote down there that I keep some things in, and the other half of my ink pen collection is tucked in there nice and neat for the hard times. You know, you keep some put up for later for the hard times. But these are just my pens. My favorite ones on the Vera Bradley side are the plastic ones that come in the 3-pack. And then Lug recently released their ink pens for sale, so I picked up a few of those sets. And I just love ink pens, you guys. I really, genuinely do. I love them so much. Like, that's so pretty, right? That one's in, oh my gosh, Resort Tropical, I think. That's one of the Lug pens. And then Like, this is one of my favorites from Vera. It's the Itsy Ditsy pen. And these little plastic ones write really, really well, but they're super lightweight. So the next item, or items, on my bonus list is my ink pen hoard. And then the very last item on my bonus list is something very new to me, but I have been using it an absolute ton since I got them. And what I'm talking about is the Lug tackle set. So I didn't include this in the main 10 because, again, I just haven't had it very long. But since I have, I've been using this an absolute ton. So this one is in the Love Stripe Multi. And to be totally fair, I have never used the larger 2 pouches yet. These 2 are the ones that I have been using the ever-loving shit out of. So the small one, again, well, both of these I just use as little catch-alls because, you know, PLU, pouch lovers unite, you know what I'm saying? But they're just pouches. They are just, I just zipped it up, didn't I? I did. They're just pouches. They are literally just pouches. But I love the size of them. I love that these aren't quilted. They still feel like a good quality fabric. You know, they don't feel like a little cheap dollar store type thing to me. But they're very flexible. I mean, you can just wad them up. So if you have a few little odds and ends that you still need to fit into your handbag, but you want to keep them together, you can shove them in one of these pouches and then just shove that pouch in whatever little nook or cranny you have left in your bag, and it'll fit. I promise. I've done it. But I absolutely love these. These, along with the Metro XL from Lug, are probably some of my favorite items that Lug has ever released. So the last item on my bonus list is the Lug tackle set. So that's it for my video today, y'all. I hope that you made it through this with me. I had so many flub-ups and errors trying to speak in this video. Whew, I need to sleep. I need to get some sleep. I'm super tired. The holidays have just kicked my booty. Anyway, I hope that y'all found this just a little bit entertaining. I hope it helped you pass a little bit of time if you were bored, or I hope you got a little bit more information about any of these items if you were looking for it. If you guys have any comments, questions, or you just want to say hello, then as always, please leave me a comment down below because I love to chat with y'all. And I still have many, many, many more videos to come, although Vera Bradley still has not shipped out either of my 2 orders as of Thursday evening while I'm recording this video. So they need to get on it because your girl here is impatient and I want my stuff. Anyway, I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.